Dylan, you mentioned the brotherhood going through and all these guys being in the same boat. When you were doing your rehabilitation process, sports obviously promotes that team kind of fighting the cause.
Absolutely. Almost every sport involves some kind of teamwork, and you have that common bond, and a little friendly competition never hurts either.
You, Ariel, stories about where you all go and travel and these different rides. I mean, there's some big rides. I've seen the list.
Yes, several a year. We have our Don't Mess with Texas, where we start in San Antonio, and we ride to Dallas, which was actually my first ride. And when they say ignorance is bliss, if I had known, I probably wouldn't have done it. It's 360 miles, and I thought, it's riding. It's not like I'm running to Dallas. And every day you may be in pain, but every day everybody gets back out there and rides again.
I mean, these are folks who've lost limbs.
Absolutely.
Who have prosthetics, who are doing these...
Double amputees, single arms, legs. We have some soldiers that ride on a recumbent, and they smoke. They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you think someone, they're at a disadvantage, when you get them on those bikes.
Yeah. Dylan, you mentioned there are just so many organizations out there helping, different organizations. I mean, big ones and small ones. A long list, right?
Right. You know, some of the ones that I've personally been involved with, U.S. Paralympics, military, they do a training camp every once in a while. The ones that I've already mentioned, Troops First does a lot of golfing events and hunting. Basically any type of outdoor activity, whitewater rafting, canoeing, kayaking, it's all out there, fly fishing. Everything is available. And these guys will blow you away with the adaptations that people come up with to make it available for amputees and all injuries. One of my friends who is missing an arm above the elbow, he modified his bike, a mountain bike, so it has a special arm with a mountain bike shock in the arm, and it has a quick release going off to his other hand, so if he has to fall, he can release his arm from the bike. And he actually taught me how to mountain bike. It was a long, painful process, especially watching someone with no arm be a much better mountain biker than I am. So it's, if I could say one thing just to all the organizations out there that are helping and plan to, most of the guys that make it through this process wouldn't be able to do it without some kind of sports assistance, and I say keep it up.
And final word, if you're talking to somebody who's just starting the process, just came over from Afghanistan, what would you tell them?
It's hard because although you might be able to empathize with someone, you can never really understand exactly what they're going through at that moment. The best thing that I can do personally is continue to be involved now that I'm out of the military, and continue to encourage these guys to get involved. And everybody else needs to do the same, I guess.
Same message, Ariel?
Yeah, having suffered from PTSD myself, and one of your prior panelists, Jeremiah Workman, he's one of our Ride to Recovery guys. We've noticed just, to be able to get your mind off of, or out of your mind, out of that thinking cycle, and to do something, to still be competitive, because, as Marine soldiers, sailors, we are competitive, and to be able to continue to do something and feel good about yourself, it really helps. Yeah.
It's a big deal. Well, thank you both, Dylan and Ariel, for sharing your experience and your story. In our final segment, our Wounded Warriors, we'll take some questions from the audience. We'll be right back.